Today is June the 4th, 2021, and I'm here with World War II veteran Louis Horvath, is that right?
Yeah.
And this is his story. So can you tell me where you started training?
Where I started training?
Yes.
When I first got drafted.
You were drafted?
Yeah, I was drafted and I went to Camp Perry in Ohio for, I guess we got examined there. And from there, we went to Fort Sheridan on Lake Michigan. We went there. Of course, I wasn't in the airborne then. We in Fort Sheridan. We started training for anti-aircraft battalion. We were training to shoot down some planes with 40 millimeter anti-aircraft guns.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how long did you do training?
What's that?
How long did you do training?
Well, I trained for almost 2 years with that.
Okay, so
in different parts of the country.
Okay, what year were you drafted?
Well, 1943. And then
Okay.
January of 1943.
Mm-hmm. Okay, when did you head to the Philippines? When did you start?
Well, I went to the Philippines in June. Well, I left the States in May. I got to the Philippines in June.
May of 44? 1944?
No, 1945.
Oh, okay.
I was fortunate there.
Okay. How long did it take you to get to the Philippines? How long did it take you to get to the Philippines?
Well, I think we were on a boat somewhere around 30 days, I think, or somewhere in that vicinity.
Did you take what kind of ship did you get there by? Was it a troop ship? Did you get there by a troop ship?
Get there by what?
A troop ship.
No, we were on a troop ship, and it took us long because we weaved in and around.
Oh, zigzagged?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what day did you arrive in the Philippines?
Yeah, well, I don't know the exact day, but it was sometime in June.
Okay. Where were you first sent to when you arrived in the Philippines?
Well, I'm not quite sure. It was a camp, but Batangas.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you know what regiment and company you were part of?
The what?
What regiment and company you were part of?
Oh, yeah.
What company and regiment?
There's a headquarters company, 1st Battalion, 511th Airborne Division.
Was there a regiment called the 545th in the 11th Airborne?
5410?
545th.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure. I think there was one 5-something that was I think it was a artillery battalion. I'm not sure.
Okay.
After the war, a guy met from there. I think he was in that unit. He was in artillery, but then before he left each other, he had to train for be a paratrooper. And at first, they were just artillery. They were flown in.
What was your first task when you arrived to the Philippines? What was your first task when you arrived to the Philippines?
Well, I guess because when I first got there, I guess the unit was in rest camp,
Mm-hmm.
and then they were gonna start training us for the invasion of Japan.
Mm-hmm. What kind of weapon did you carry? Was it an M1?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Did you ever have to go after General Yamashita?
Did I have to go after him?
Yeah.
No, not me.
But did it ever go?
Well, they probably did before I got there.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I say, I went there as a replacement.
Okay. When did you, or how did you feel about the Americans dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
Well, we thought about it in a way that, yeah, that it saved our lives. The troops are in the Pacific. It changed everybody's life because we all figured we were gonna, with the invasion of Japan, that we were gonna all die. So I guess it was good news for us.
Did you just stay only in the Philippines?
Well, oh yeah, except, well, when the war ended, we spent a few days flying to Okinawa and then in Japan proper.
You know where in Japan?
Well, we landed at Tsugi Air Base in Japan, and I think they put us in a town called Morioka on Honshu. There's near a town there, a bigger town there named Sendai, I think.
Mm-hmm. How long were you in Japan after the war ended?
Well, we got to Japan right at the start of September, and I left in February.
Did you collect any souvenirs while you were overseas?
No. They offered us a saber or rifle, but I didn't want that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What medals were you awarded after the war?
Well, I was supposed to get the Philippine liberation,
Mm-hmm.
and except for the regular Army units but I think that was the only extra one. You know, I had the American and had one battle star.
Okay. How did you feel about the Japanese after they dropped the bombs?
Well, to me, I never thought about it that much, and the area they put us into, the people there were like ancient people, and for those people, they were, it seemed like most of them were elderly, and so I don't know if they were combative at the time, but at the time we were there, they never caused any problems, because they were, like I say, ancient people. They lived like that, because some of them didn't even have shoes because they had straws
Mm-hmm.
tied under their feet for shoes. So they're pretty ancient.
Did you ever get injured?
Well, yeah, I got hurt a couple of times. Once in training.
What happened?
Well, I guess my chute wasn't packed right or something. But the thing is, I went out the plane, and I never knew what happened until I was sitting on the ground, and they woke me up and, on the ground. So the rope burns took all the skin off my face and made big gashes under my chin where the lines hooked.
Were you shot at in Japan or in the Philippines?
No.
Where were you when Pearl Harbor happened?
No. I was at home.
What did you think of it when it happened?
Well, I didn't think too much about it, except that I've heard Roosevelt when he was on the radio, and I didn't think too much about it, except that first thing I did was run out of the house and try to get together with my buddies.
Do you have any stories while you were in the Philippines, like any good funny stories or?
Well, nothing really special happened, except that the unit they put me in, I was communications, and the unit they put me in was a few of the guys had high IQs, and it always befuddled me how would guys with brains like that get into an outfit like this? Because I figured after a while I was pretty dumb for transferring to that, because you don't volunteer. You don't get drafted for that. You have to volunteer. So.
Did you have any brothers to go into World War II?
Yeah, I had a brother. Yeah.
Where was he?
He was in Europe. Yeah.
Okay. So I think this is the end of the interview. I really appreciate you doing this for me. Thank you so much.